Now from CBS 47, honoring our Valley veterans for their patriotism, service, and sacrifice. The 2023 Porterville Veterans Parade starts now.
Hello, Madeira's Bab down in the South Valley. I am here at the 105th Annual Veterans Day Parade in Porterville. Joining me is Brent Gill. So excited to be here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Madeira. It's a pleasure to have you here. We love to have Channel 47 with us, helping out, put this on the air. We've just had the skydivers come in, making a very spectacular entry onto Main Street to start our parade. It's amazing watching these guys fall out of the sky, literally. We have a parade with 95 units. If you think you have seen kids on the street, you ain't seen nothing yet. We have kids on the street with parents following, playing music, twirling, being a part of this and that and the other thing. You're going to see a whole lot of wonderful parade.
I cannot wait, and here come the floats. Great to see the people lining Main Street.
Well, you won't be disappointed, trust me, because you'll see, you've been here talking to people in Porterville, you know what they've done, and you know what we're going to see today is spectacular.
This is the place to be.
Yeah, it is. All right, this should be Eagle Mountain, I believe, and yes, Eagle Mountain Casino, that's what this is. Joining a community and thanking those that served. Now we have the Pioneer Middle School Marching Band. Again, another one of these marching bands directed by Adrian Martinez. And they are, when they get a roll-off, I think they just decided to go to a roll-off. Yes, they did. They're going to do Fleet Street March by Laura Estes. All right. Drum major. Here we go. Here we go. Yvette Rodriguez says, let's go, guys. Adrian Martinez right here on the street in front of us. They have a flag corps. They have letter girls. They got all kinds of things at Pioneer Junior High here in Porterville.
Doing a great job.
Middle
this
school.
morning.
Let's get that right. It's not a junior high. It's a middle school.
What was your favorite song to perform back in the day?
The one that the Buck said play. We played. We had all kinds of. Buck was very proud of playing music by Sousa, and almost without exception, we marched to a Sousa tune, an awful lot of the time. Porterville Emblem Club is coming up next. They're the ones that are right in front of us now. Over 80 years of community service, Americanism program, and scholarships to local high school seniors. We have a little bit of a space here, and I'm going to mention about three folks that I think it's a good idea to talk about. Without having the people who would financially support getting this broadcast on the air, we would not be able to do it. The city of Porterville has helped support this, Myers Funeral Home, and Seton Farms Pistachios. These three organizations and companies have supported this, made it possible for us to be on the air, and to them we are grateful, very grateful, to have that kind of support, that kind of community support of what we need to be able to do and like to be able to do, because being able to put this on the air is not the most simple thing in the world.
No, it takes a lot of planning. It takes a lot of planning and a lot of months of trying to figure out, what the lineup is going to be, at all the street closures you got in place. So it's amazing to see.
All right. And
who do we have next here, Brent?
Okay, we have, if I can find it, where did we go? We've got.
I think we have the Queen's Trophy. It says this must be the unsung heroes.
Unsung heroes, and it's a queen. Yeah, so the Queen has 31A Setco, Southern Torrey County Republican Women, and they are honoring the unsung heroes of women of unsung heroes. I'm sorry, I missed that word.
And that's the theme of the parade this year, is the unsung heroes.
Yes, it is. That's our theme this year, is the unsung heroes of the parade.
And really just saluting those behind the scenes, so important to do. We're talking about Veterans Day.
Well, and you know, there's so many women who served
Yes.
more than honorably in uniform and are maid of honor. Yeah, right. It's going to be one of those days, isn't it? Help me out. My mind's gone blank again. Grand Marshal. There we go. That's what I want to do. Now we have the California Cadet Corps, and this is the 3rd Brigade of California Cadet Corps. 6 schools in Tulare County, ranging in grades from grade 4 to grade 12, and learn basic military knowledge and get prepared for college and life. And, you know, I want to make the point that it's not getting prepared for the military. It's getting prepared for college and for life. Now, some of these kids will go in the military, of course.
Yes.
But that's not the purpose. And we will have another group that we'll talk about a little bit later that is the same, of the same ilk as the Cadet Corps.
A lot of lessons, I'm sure, that you do learn, too.
Well, you do, and you know, having been in the service, one of the things that you learn without question is obeying a command.
Yes.
And the hierarchy of the structure of command. These are, you know, so often you put a youngster into a company of major size, even something the size of a television station. And there's a hierarchy of command that things have to come down in a certain order, and if you don't understand that, it makes life that much harder for
Yes.
young people.
We got another band. I think this is the 4th of the morning. This is the Woodville Warrior Marching Band and Color Guard. Now they are in their brand new uniforms, and I must say, they look great. They're doing a great job this Veterans Day.
Yep, and they got the letter girls up front. They've got a drum major out there, and they have a flag corps behind. So they've got the whole 9 yards, and I don't see the name of a director. So
I believe John Rodriguez, and the color guard advisor is Sabrina.
You've got a different got a different page than mine. That's good. All right.
They're doing it. I will say, these new uniforms look great. They really, you could tell they're brand new. Look spiffy this morning.
Well, and the experience of learning to play an instrument
Yes.
and march is a lot like the military. You have to, there's an order that you're going to have to do things, and you know,
it's like a new language, truthfully, when you're learning a musical instrument,
boy.
and I could not do it. So
right. and here comes the thundering herd of band parents. I love them. They're always right there. I love it. General Chairman's Trophy, and this is representing, let's see, this says 34. That's Woodville Warrior alumni. That's what we have. All right. And, you know, there you go. One of the things that I want to point out, here's a truck that has been donated by a company for someone to drive, probably the guy that uses it every day, but maybe not. And they allow these vehicles to be used, run down the parade, and to support the parade. It's fantastic, you know. It's just,
yes.
It's so appreciated that we have that kind of support.
It is, and there's a lot of support right here in Porterville for the veterans.
Porterville Elks Lodge is coming up next. They are on this next truck, actually, what we have is just a whole bunch of veterans on the lowboy that hauls heavy equipment. And actually, that's what we're sitting on, is a lowboy right here. Our U.S. unsung heroes. There we go. All right.
All right, and right behind them we have the Tule River Native Veterans.
Yes, this is from the Indian Reservation up here, up the South Fork of the Tule. And the Native Veterans Post 1987. And a bunch of very proud, and I would say probably Yokut Indians, Yokut natives, veterans, who have, or at least the majority of them are Yokut, let's say that. I say these things, then I'm thinking, oh, somebody's going to be upset with me. But, oh, well. Anyway, we have a bunch of veterans, and we appreciate them being with us and supporting it.
Absolutely. And right behind them we have the Strathmore Middle School Bulldog Band.
Yep. Again, another one of these bands. Do you have the director? I don't.
I don't think we have the director for this one,
No.
but they look forward to the parade every year. You can see that they're marching down Main Street. Probably a few dozen here. Great to see them out this morning.
Well, and it's such a tremendous experience
Yes.
to do this and be a part of and be in the band, you know, and then it means it's something different than
Yes.
sitting in the band room every day and playing music. This is a different ball game coming out
And
here.
it's a lot of work to go all the way down the route.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Hey, you are a young lady from Montana.
I am from
understand.
Montana,
You were
yes.
raised in Butte?
Butte, Montana, and that is also the home of Evel Knievel. That's a fun fact about my hometown. About 35,000 people, and so a small community. I know what it's like to be from a small town, and it's amazing to see how everybody rallies around one another. And Porterville's the same.
And I would use the term a cowboy town, because Butte is definitely a cow town.
It is, but you know, it's a mining town as well.
Yes, it
so
was.
they used to send the copper over to New York City
Yes.
with electricity. So
Yes. All right, what do we got here? This is, I don't see.
I believe this is the Dance Horizons.
I don't think so. I think this is 38. I think it's Porterville Renegades youth football. That's
Oh,
what this
okay,
is.
this is the cheer.
Yeah, youth football, and they're quite a cheering squad. Girls on this side, the boys on the other. There you go.
I was a cheerleader back in high school, so
Oh,
there's
is
a
that
lot
right?
of work that
Yeah.
goes into it. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
easy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Youth development on and off the field. Again, it's that same thing, involved with kids, involved with the youth. Keep them moving, keep them doing something. And we're getting down in the
And here-
younger
yes.
crowd now. And, you know, we just saw, I mean, how many kids do you see on these two?
A lot.
You know, there's got to be 50, 60 kids that are doing something productive rather than having a problem with law or doing something silly, you know.
Yeah.
So it's
Great to see the smiles on their faces,
Oh,
the
man.
pom-poms.
Yep.
We didn't see the football players because they were on the other side, but
Yep.
the cheerleaders are very happy to be out here.
And they're noisy. They're noisy. Rolling Relics Car Club. This is a group of folks that keep up older cars and keep them going. The Porterville, it will be in here pretty quick. The Rally Wagon from Porterville High School. These guys, the Rolling Relics, help put that back together because over time and over years, the Rally Wagon had died of old age, and it's in the parade this morning. I saw something when I was going through. I don't see it right now, but
You know, these
we'll run
vehicles are a
across it.
lot of upkeep, too.
Oh, boy.
It takes a lot
Oh, man.
to make them look how they're looking today
Oh,
as they
yeah.
head down
And
Main Street.
you can see on camera, here's the string of cars coming down through here. These are all Rolling Relics, all part of, that's a 55 Chevy. And they've just got all kinds of different vehicles that they keep up and you know, it's take care of the vehicles, you know.
Yes.
Okay,
And they
Vietnam 66, 67.
They have the car shows up and down California too,
Yeah.
so
Oh yeah.
they can travel all over the place.
Yep. United States Marine Corps, the driver there, an ex-Marine. Our queen and her court have made it back through the parade and come back and walk back in and are seated on the reviewing stand with the two of us and watching the parade. Yes, there we go.
I think his wife was holding on for her seat.
Yes, definitely. And old T-Bird, there you go.
I'm sure you look forward to the parade every single year.
I do. I always do. You know, it's kind of hard to explain, but it is such a representation of what our community really is.
Yes.
You know, are things perfect in Porterville? No, of course not. That doesn't make sense. But are things pretty doggone good? You bet. And if you don't believe it, just look at the number of kids that we've seen on trucks and in floats. And you know, it's just spectacular what we see represented by the community, by the people who live here, who support us, and who support being in this parade. And Ron Shires is the driver there.
Well, we were talking about it before, but it's such a sacrifice, these veterans, what they have done for our country, for our freedom, and it's great to see a show of support, and for 105 years.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And, you know, without the support of the sponsors that we have, we couldn't be here. City of Porterville has helped support this. Myers Funeral Home has been a supporter. And Seton Farms Pistachios have been supporters and are supporters. And they, without their help, this could not happen. We could not have all of these people that are working around you and I, because what they see are just you and I and the parade, but there's so much else going on around us.
Yes.
Here in the
And we do see Melissa Hurtado come up here.
Right. Oh yeah, she is there. Okay. So maybe we can. We've got a band coming right there.
We got the Bartlett Middle School Marching Band right here that you can see, the Bobcats.
Yep, that's
under the direction of Dawn Christensen.
Dawn Christensen, yes. And this was the band that I marched in the first year, 1957. I played clarinet in this band. For a gentleman.
How did you choose the clarinet?
I don't know. I had that question asked this morning earlier. I don't know. It's what my third grade music teacher said. You'd be a good clarinet player. Okay. All right.
And the rest is history.
Okay, we're going to take a chance here to do an interview. Marissa. Okay. Melissa Hurtado and. Melissa, do you want her to have my mic or
It's okay.
yeah, either one. Okay, and Melissa Hurtado and is going to make a presentation to Esther Tillery, our Grand Marshal. Go.
Hello. On behalf of the California State Senate, I am here to provide you with a certificate of recognition. We thank you for your service. We also love that you're the Grand Marshal here for the city of Porterville. And we thank you for your service. And God bless you and God bless America. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Okay.
Senator. There.
Thank
Do
you very
appreciate
much.
it.
Thank you, Ms.
And
Hurtado.
we just had the Spin Academy that went by. They are all sparkled out here this morning.
Oh, yeah. In gold. Boy, they are.
Glitter all over the place.
Yep. Yep. And Spin Academy. Now, there's a ton of young ladies and
Yes.
a couple of young men who are involved in this. And again, we're going right back to this number of young people who are involved in something productive. It's impressive. It really is.
And behind them, we have the Porterville Military Academy that's going to be coming up right behind them.
Yep, they're back there where the flags are. And we have littlers and little than little.
Look at them all waving.
And
too.
itty bitty
They're-
tinies
Yes.
coming up. And a whole slew of parents, which is wonderful.
You need a lot of parents
Yeah.
for
Yes.
the
Yes,
Spin
definitely.
Academy because it is a lot of work.
Now, Porterville Military Academy, right behind these gals, is a military academy here in Porterville where the kids can go instead of maybe in a conventional high school, and they can learn leadership. The motto is Leaders Forged Here. And I have been around PMA a little, and I am very proud of what they do, what they are capable of doing, and what actually happens. These kids are training not for the military, but to learn, as the other group talked about, deal with life, deal with school, deal with college, deal with going into business. And these young people learn to march, they learn to take orders, they learn to drill, and they learn a bunch of stuff. And it's so positive.
Well, leadership's so important to learn, especially at this age. It will last you a lifetime.
Well, it is. And they also now have a drum and bugle corps, and they are right here behind them. This is the first year that I have seen them have the band on the street, and I think it's absolutely wonderful
Yes.
that they do.
Under the direction of Patience Christensen. So great job to them this morning.
Again, it's this concept of learning to march, learning to play an instrument, learning to do more than one thing at once. Okay, and we have Visalia Rockettes. Now, this is a horse group coming up. They formed a Girl Scout troop in '55, and they've enjoyed competing in horse drill throughout western United States for the past 68 years. Many, many hours of practice and a lot of time brushing a horse, feeding
Yes.
a horse, training a horse, and training to work with other horses in a drill such as this. They're doing a little close order drill here on the street and leading the horses through these. Each of the girls, or not each of the girls, 5 of them have American flags of California and then the Rockettes flag. And horses are on the front legs or have the stars and stripes. They're doing the thing here. Porterville Eagles Lodge comes up next. chartered in 1906. It's the oldest lodge in the valley, and it's Eagles people helping people. Not a bad deal. And again, here comes a truck being volunteered. Somebody is getting to drive that truck, and it's so appreciated that these different companies allow this. You know, take your truck home, wash it all up, get it waxed, and then put it in a parade. You bet. You know, and they're donations. They're giving of that truck. You know, it's still under insurance. It's probably burning a little diesel fuel too.
And if you could hear them, you could see them bouncing. We got the Royalistics Car Club.
Established in 1977, they are a group of young people, and probably not so terribly young, who have put all of the hydraulics on the cars. They bounce around the street and have a good old time.
What a sight to see, really. And they're rocking out. Got the tunes playing.
Yep. Well, your time in Montana as a kid growing up, you said you weren't a musician. That wasn't your bag.
No, I was not. I was in theater.
Oh, but
yes,
of
I was in
course
a number of productions.
Oh, were you?
Yes, including The Sound of Music, which my dad actually was the chief executive, the mayor of my hometown. It was about to not go on, the production.
Oh.
And so he stepped in, and he was Captain Von Trapp. So in a small town, sometimes you don't have as many people audition. So he had to step in, and I thought everybody was coming to watch the cast, but there was all the camera crews, everyone, because the mayor was in the production. So,
well, we have about 6 minutes before the hour of 11 a.m. sharp, which we will take a 1-minute pause at 11 for the honor those who have given all they could give. And one of these days, I'm going to learn to talk about stuff like that and not get choked up. I'm still way too emotional, you know.
No, that's okay. You know, it just shows.
Oh, I cannot sing the national anthem because I get choked up. You know, I wore the uniform. I still enjoy the concept of having been in uniform and been in the Coast Guard and doing the thing, and you know, it's all kind of a cool thing, you know. But I was very pleased when I learned one time recently that if you are a veteran or in the military, that during the national anthem, you have the right to salute. And there I go again. I can't talk.
That is okay. That is okay. I mean, a day like this, I'm sure, brings up a lot of emotion, a lot of memories as well.
Granite Hills Marching Band is our third high school. Caden Milligan is the director. Assistant director is Adrian Martinez. And this is our third high school, Porterville, Monache, and now Granite Hills. And they have an excellent sound. And the young man who is the drum major, I happen to know him. He was in the Lions Club speech contest, and I've had the chance to be a judge for that. A friend of mine is a Lion over in Visalia, and so I got to be a judge, and I got to meet the young man. And those drummers have a heck of a lot of fun.
And in the distance, a little ways, you can see the Granite High School cheerleading.
Coming down the road, they're about to cross Thurman Street, and the band parents are, I love it, the cooler even is marked Granite Band. But But it's a it's neat to see these people right there supporting these kids, and as a kid, that
Yes.
you know they're back there, they're right there supporting you, and there's something about that, really.
And you went to Porterville High School, right? Is
I did all 4 years, even graduated. Then I went to Bakersfield College, and that's a whole other story. I went 3 semesters. Bakersfield College didn't throw me out. It's just that my grade point average was so bad I couldn't re-enroll. I took until I got in the service and grew up a little bit. And then I finally got into studying a little bit and going. Granite High School cheerleaders are right here on us right now. There they are. You're looking at those on camera.
And talk to us a little bit about what Veterans Day means to you, and to see something like this in the community.
Well, every time I wear this hat, I'll wear it to the store or just doing whatever I do, and almost without fail, somebody will look up and say, "Thank you for your service." And I can't tell you how many times that person is under 20 or under 25. It's very, very impressive. And I believe what we have here is Zion Lutheran School. There we go. That's what we've got. Zion Lutheran down in Terabella. And then 49A should be, yes, it is. And this is one of our sponsors from Myers Funeral Service and Crematory. Been serving the Porterville and surrounding areas for 79 years. Family owned through 4 generations. They're proud to support the local community and our broadcast, and how wonderful. Especially the local military farmers and offering military discounts. A special thank you to their veteran employees. Bo Webb, who I went to school with, Tom West, Ed Hughes, who I also went to school with, and Jerry Hall also went to school with him. We're, is a bunch of us old guys. But stop by their booth, enter a raffle, and get information about services or grief counseling, or just stop by and say hi. Wenatchee Gridiron football boosters are on the truck right here, and this is a Barcelos truck out of Tipton. And another one of our named. Try your lights. Your horn works good. The unseen and the unsung. All right. Wenatchee High School cheerleading football boosters. Now the next one is Dawson Daniel, another one of our local folks.
John Deere.
John Deere. BW is the model name, and a 49 John Deere number 44 plow, tray on behind. Here they are. And listen to that thing hum. Dawson Daniel. I about half expect to see mom or dad somewhere. I know his parents. So.
For those that are watching this at home, what are ways that people can, support veterans too?
Yes. Well, if you know that someone is a veteran, thank them. Okay. Is that our siren? I don't hear our siren. I don't hear our siren. What happened to our 1 minute of... Yeah.
I think we are about to do the minute of
I
silence
think we
right
are,
now.
yes. There it is. I think we have a flyover. And the 1 minute may well be up because I don't think anybody can hear it over the helicopters. Ladies, I think you can sit down.
What a sight to see there.
Well, 3 helicopters, local helicopters, I'm not sure who they are, but I know they're local, did a flyover during the 1 minute. And every American flag that was in somebody's hand, this is killing me, every American flag was up and waving, you know, and I pointed it out to you looking
Yes.
down the street. And it's just a sea of these little small American flags being held and waved. How beautiful is that?
Yeah.
Just fantastic.
And talk to us a little bit about why it makes you so emotional.
Because it is. I can't give you a real strong, that's why it is. But I've served, I've done my time, I'm out of the service. But I wear this hat with tremendous pride that I did serve, and
Yeah.
you know, I spent some very valuable hours and 3-4 years, you know, in the Coast Guard, serving my country and realizing that given the opportunity or the problem, my job was search and rescue. We were searching for people who had problems, for things that were missing, ships or airplanes or what have you. And you know, I knew that if anything happened to that airplane, I was on it. And so you realize that. Where I sat in the airplane was on a direct line with the starboard engine prop, and you know, I always had the thought that if anything ever happened to that prop, it's coming right through here, and yet I'm here and I'm definitely doing it.
All right, and it looks like we do have Miss California Teen. Hello, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm great. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
And what does it feel like to be here, Marley Wright, you know, honoring the veterans?
I'm so excited. This is my first time being in Porterville. Visalia is the home of the Miss California and Miss California's teen organization. So it's so exciting to get out in the community in Tulare County.
Yes, absolutely. And, you know, this parade has been around for 105 years.
Yes.
For someone that is not here watching this online, can you describe what the atmosphere is like?
It's definitely one of incredible excitement. It's a sense of community. I'm so excited to see so many people out here, and it's just incredible to see everybody line the streets.
And talk a little bit about your time as Miss California Teen.
Sure. So my community service initiative is called Power to the Pools, and it focuses on water safety and drowning prevention since I am a lifeguard. And I've been able to do events throughout San Diego, where I'm from, as well as come up here to Visalia and Tulare County this past weekend to do a couple events up here as well. So it's been a great time so far. I'm incredibly excited to go to Miss America's Teen in January.
How has your time in Central California been?
It's been so much fun. The weather's been great, which has been amazing. Not too hot, not too cold, just right. And I've had a great time. I actually found my gown for Miss America's Teen yesterday to shop in Visalia. So I'm incredibly excited to bring that little bit of Tulare County with me on the stage.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank
Any
you.
message to the veterans as your final message?
Sure. Thank you so much for your service. Your sacrifice does not go unacknowledged at all, and we appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Marley Wright, for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
And if we can, Martha, if you can step in here. We have the mayor.
We also got the sheriff here, too. Sheriff Mike
Oh, my
Boudreaux
heavens.
with
We've got
Tulare County.
the
How you
sheriff
doing,
behind
Sheriff?
us. And, hey, Mike. And Martha, good morning to you. How are you this morning?
You guys
This
are
is
doing a great job.
wonderful.
Thanks for being here.
I'm excited.
Do you have a message, too, to just the public and to the veterans today on Veterans Day?
You know, the only message is what everyone already believes, that we have to support our veterans.
Okay.
We have our freedoms because of them, and our future freedoms rely on them and those currently in the service. And so I'm just going to repeat what everyone in their heart already knows.
Oh
support
my
our
gosh, this
veterans,
is
support our military,
exciting.
and God
I mean,
bless
it's the
America.
105th
Thank you so much
parade
to
in
Larry County
Porterville,
Sheriff Mike Boudreau.
California. It's a legend. Look at all the people that surround us today, the veterans and the families, the bands, the school districts, everything. So Porterville is my home. I've never left it. So every time I come to a parade, it's just breathtaking.
Thank you, Martha.
No, thank you.
Okay, and we have Summit Academy on the street, and we're back into the parade. And Summit Collegiate High School Marching Band and Color Guard, directed by Kenny Ormond. And let's see, they're playing the Miss Liberty March.
Well, it's great to see, once they finished up the route, we just had the sheriff. Also, we had Miss California Teen and the mayor. So it's great to see everybody to, catch up with them and talk about this wonderful parade.
Well, and they haven't finished the parade and hurried home.
No, they got to stick around. We're only about halfway through.
Yeah, really. Yeah. On camera now, you're looking at the flag. Yeah, it's the back half of the flag. That's what I was trying to figure out how they're doing that with the band. They've disappeared on the street back there. It's the back half of the. Okay. Interesting watching the young man here who is the drum major, Darian Murill, and he's keeping the band headed down the street. I'm not real sure. Oh, I know what they did do an 11 after. They did do 11 after. Now, I don't know where that got started, but the whole idea was the 11th hour of the 11th month, 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, I'll say that right yet, that was, they signed the armistice from World War I, the war to end all wars. Sadly, within 2 decades, we were back at war. December 7th, 1941, we were back at war. And it's just, that's one of the reasons.
Yes.
That's one of the reasons. I can't think of any other reason that is any more justifiable than we put young men and women in jeopardy, and it's an amazing thing to do. This is the Central Coast Convoy, and this is the first time I have seen these. It's an amazing thing. This is a World War I truck that they actually had running. I'm impressed. Solid wheels. Those are there's no air in that wheel. And it's definitely a solid wheel. The deuce and a half is, in other words, it's 2.5 tons, and they have with a Buffalo, which is the water tank, and this obviously is a group that goes to parades and promotes things like this. They are a Central Coast Convoy, and they probably a bunch of citizens who own and maintain and repair old military vehicles, and these guys these guys, they're giving the girls a bad time here to smile, but they have a trailer with a diorama of a looks like an aircraft carrier and a destroyer. And
Incredible to see. I mean, there's a lot of different vehicles here.
oh, there are, and these guys obviously this is something that they enjoy doing. There's a young son and grandson in there, I'll bet you.
Well, right here, getting the young one involved.
Yeah, there we go. Army Air Force Flight Line Utility Vehicle. Okay, I keep forgetting I got to have this up next to my lip. You'd think I knew that. And this is a M813 5-ton military truck used from Vietnam until the 1990s. And he's got that in what would be called a low gear. And a Humvee. Oh, great heavens. 53I. Military mule. No, that's what that is. A Korean War until the 80s is a multi-purpose vehicle for all terrain. It can carry more weight than a Jeep. Now we got the Happy Honkers, which is a crowd from here in the Tulare County area. Model A enthusiasts.
And they're honking along this
Yep.
morning.
Yep. Yep. And this is the Charter Oak A's. Happy Honkers are the Porterville area. It's Porterville, Springville area. And
And they're dedicated to the restoration and also of the Model A Ford automobile, which was manufactured from 1928 through 1931. Wow. 29 members.
yep. And I guarantee you at least 29 A's. They have more than one.
Wow.
Yeah. No, they, hey, there's Carson. Hello, Carson! Carson Blades just turned 90.
Wow.
Went to his birthday. Well, no, he will turn in December. That's
Happy birthday to him.
right. Yeah, really.
Oh, and there's a little dog in one of them.
They do have a ton. I do have a ton of vehicles, don't they?
Wow.
They have a lot of fun with them, but they also have a lot of fun working together, learning about them, helping each other, doing a lot of that kind of stuff. When they, it's not something that you can just, oh, I think I'll buy an old Model A and fix it up. It takes a little doing. So.
Right. A lot of work and probably some patience.
Oh, more than a little. Here's one of the Happy Honkers from the Porterville area, and here's one that's still in reconstruction. Sergeant Kenneth Geyer.
And right behind him we have
Marine
the
Corps Vietnam, in
And
memory of.
Right behind him we have the Porterville College Firefighter Academy. The fire truck was implemented into the Fire Academy to provide students with industry standard equipment for training purposes.
Well, and the whole point is that we have a firefighter academy at Porterville, and the graduates of this are picked up by departments, Cal Fire, Forest Service, different cities, pick up these guys, and guys and gals. And,
Yes.
a lot of learning to be done.
Yes.
About you don't just grab a hose and sprinkle it on a fire.
Right. And right behind him, you have the Porterville College Justice Program and also the Law Enforcement Academy training vehicles.
Right. More of the learning about the practice of, or the job of being in law enforcement, and I don't see
Got to
them.
thank our
Where did they
first
go?
responders.
Yeah. And what do we got here? This looks like Porterville College coming.
Yes, it is Porterville College.
Yeah. Yep. Well, we are on the street here in Porterville at the 105th consecutive parade. Rain or shine, this parade has gone on.
Yes.
And it is such a privilege to have our sponsors, City of Porterville, Myers Funeral Home, and Seton Farms Pistachios. We sincerely appreciate their financial support and their supporting getting this on the air and on the television. And we're very pleased and we're very thankful to those people for their time and their effort in putting us on the air and supporting it financially. Waving the flag, you betcha.
Waving them as they come by here on Main Street.
And carrying a
105th annual.
banner that says, "Thank you, veterans, and you are very welcome."
You got the horses right behind them.
This is a Springville rodeo gals. Rodeo Princess, Ellen Baeza for 2023, and Brooke Witzel, 2022.
Congratulations to them.
Yeah, Springville Rodeo royalty. And our Springville Rodeo is always the third weekend in April.
Yes. And right behind them is the U.S. Flag Patriots Car and Truck Club.
Okay. And the sign says sold on the front. I'm not real sure why, but okay.
Well, look at those tires. Wow.
Yeah.
You can hear they're getting into it. They even have the mic.
This says Rinky Dinky Homes is 65. So.
Yeah, he is getting into it.
That's, yep.
Shout out to Eyewitness News.
Thank you. You can watch us every morning, 5 to 7 a.m. We'll be on the morning show and at noon. Then we have a number of shows throughout the evening.
Sure.
Who do we got back there? We got a band back there.
Coming down the street is a band that I am very familiar with. Porterville High School.
Oh, nice.
Panthers. The Orange Blossoms in front, the letter girls are called Orange Blossoms. Drum major is...
What year were you?
In the band, I was 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. Graduated in 62. The drum major the last 2 years, and, still have lots of friends in that are band kids, quote unquote, The big thing about
see them at the reunions.
Oh, you bet. Oh, yeah, we see them all the time. There's a lot of us still around Porterville. So. Clark Keel is the director. Here we go. Orange Blossom.
Got the batons.
El Capitan is the march.
Wow, what a production. The Panthers have a lot of energy this morning. Wow.
Yeah, they do. I was the drum major in the first Rose Parade that we marched in. 25 years later, my son was the drum major with the same director, same band, doing the Rose Parade, and they have done 4 more appearances in the Rose Parade. Yeah. It's
that's an honor when you're able to do that.
Oh yeah, no, and if you think the crowd along here is something to see, you get in the middle of that street in front of a band like that, and you look 27 miles. It's 5 miles. and you marching down there, and there's 20,000 people on both sides of the street. It's just an amazing experience.
Yes.
And I remember that most fondly. Okay, I'm not real sure what that meant, but are we back on? Okay, all right, so we're good. Now we have, what do we got here? Sensation, baton, and dance. Another one of these many young people involved.
I know, it's amazing
in
to
an
see how many
organization.
of the different floats are really in the entries are younger middle school age children.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and this is there is just a huge mob of young ladies, all dressed in their outfits and carrying a baton, and followed, of course, by the mob.
Yes.
The parent mob. I love it. But this is Sensations, Baton and Dance Company, under the direction of Angela Butler Rodriguez. Angela has been around Porterville teaching baton for, if she could hear me, I would say 100 years. But not quite that long, but she has done so much teaching. And been somebody who's been deeply involved in the community in many ways.
Yes.
40 students, the ages 2 to 14, performing today.
Wow, 2-year-olds.
2-year-olds.
You know, I have younger siblings, and it's hard to, corral a whole bunch of 2-year-olds, so I give it up to them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And you watch these girls, they're not just walking and carrying a baton.
No.
They're doing a routine.
Yes.
And, even these little guys are doing the best they can.
Well, just the memorization of the
Yeah.
choreography
Oh,
is
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah. Yep. No, it's cool to see, and it's wonderful to see
Yes.
because we have young people involved and not only young people involved, but the parents involved.
Yes, and they
That's
said 40, but it looks like even more.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think you're right. I think they probably have another 20, 25 beyond the 40. And what do we have? American Heritage Girls and Knights of Columbus behind them.
And we have the Burton School District that will be right behind them after that. We're on float 70 here, so we're making it through.
Making progress, yeah. There's only 1,712 to go. 95 is the high number here. American Heritage Girls, St. Anne's Parish, and American Heritage. There it is, Knights of Columbus. Oh, we got 69. Inviting a Knights, let's see. American Heritage Girls honor our unsung heroes by inviting the Knights of Columbus, many of whom are Vietnam veterans, to participate with the girls in the parade. So they are reaching out to veterans and getting them to participate with the gals and American Heritage girls in the
They
parade.
did a great job with their float, too.
Yeah, yeah. Another one of those. I got to use the trailer boss. Is it okay? Knights of Columbus. There we go.
With their flags
Chief.
in their hands.
Yeah. This is the Burton School District Board of Trustees. Hey, Jay. And, all these guys, like you say, who would I know? Yeah, I know them. Okay, Burton Bulldog Band, direction of Jock Amaral. And they have the letter girls in front.
And they also had a number of awards, including
Yes.
the Big Fresno Fair, also Fowler and Pismo Band reviews. And they performed down Main Street, USA at Disneyland.
Yeah, I did Disneyland with the band many times.
Yes.
We did the all-Western band review. Then we'd go to do the Christmas parade, and we'd do Disneyland. Yeah.
What was that like?
Oh, Disneyland or the Christmas parade?
Both.
Oh, Disneyland was wonderful because you had a captive audience that thought you were absolutely marvelous.
Yeah.
You know, even if you weren't. You know, but we
I'm
were.
sure
I mean,
you
we
were.
were good.
You were.
We were good. And but it was neat. You march down through Disneyland, and then the Christmas parade, and you're marching through Hollywood.
Yes.
You know, that in itself was an experience. And you would see,
meet people from all over, I'm sure.
yeah. And you'd see a float. You know, there goes somebody I know from TV or movies or whatever. You know, that was kind of cool. You know,
Starstruck, huh?
Oh, absolutely. No, but it was cool. It was cool seeing that stuff. You know. Okay, following Burton is the Tulare County Democrats. Many city clubs and urge all patriotic Americans to honor our veterans by voting in the next election. March 2024 to choose representatives dedicated to serve all our Valley residents and families. Joe Soria for supervisor. And as we watch them go by, everybody supporting the organization that they want to support. And, they're doing their thing. Altamira, National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution.
Look at the dog with the leg in the mouth.
Some heroes have paws. I love it.
That's hilarious.
Yep.
Oh, look at the dogs. A couple of golden retrievers and some labradoodles.
Yep,
Wow.
yep. Service dogs.
I
love it.
I love dogs.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Great to see. Brings a smile to everybody's face.
Okay. Well, we are down to 70s. We still have three supporters that we want to be sure and mention on a regular basis because they have been generous enough to support us, and particularly someone like the city of Porterville.
Yeah.
They had to make a decision to support this broadcast of the parade, and that's so much appreciated. Myers Funeral Home stepped up and said, "You bet we will. We're going to send you some money." Seton Farms Pistachios. Here's a business in the Terabella area that has quite a business, quite a distribution channel, and they're here supporting the community of Porterville so people can watch the parade on TV, that can see this again tonight at 8 o'clock on Channel 47.
Yes, 8 o'clock tonight.
8 o'clock, and do the do the thing on it'll actually be on YouTube also.
Yes.
Gene was saying that they have had 2,000 hits on YouTube,
That's
which
great.
is not tremendous huge, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
For a community parade.
I know.
It's kind of cool. So.
Yes, and also afterwards, so we'll have the parade, and then we'll have a Valley Veterans special that's going to air right after the parade on CBS 47, talking about different Valley veterans.
Oh, cool.
So awesome to share their stories.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. Wonderful. Oh, that's great. That is great. Well, we have a little gap here, and we're at 74 coming. So, Enchanted Dance Studio is the next one. Offers ages 3 and up. There you go. Jazz, lyrical, ballet, and hip hop, as well as competition dance. I'd like to thank our military heroes and their families for all their sacrifices. God bless you all. Amen. I appreciate that. And this is Enchanted Dance Studio. And it always, I just am always impressed with the number of people who are following along, moms and dads who go along, keep them going, keeping it happen.
Well, they say it takes a village to raise a child.
Oh, yeah. It takes at least a village to get them down the parade route, too, I think.
I bet they're going to be tired today.
I guarantee it, yes.
Doing a great job.
Yeah. Here's the Munchkin crowd. There
Yes,
you go.
you got the little ones.
Yep, and each one of the little bitty girls all have a little lipstick on.
Yep.
Yep.
And their hair.
Yep.
Trust me,
Oh, yes.
It's a
Oh,
full
yes.
production just
Done.
trying to get them to the parade.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate having you come down, and you know, it's always pleasant
Yes.
to have somebody that's from out of town that gets to come down. And you had some very, very positive experiences with Porterville.
Yes.
Through the fire where we lost the 2 firefighters, and through all of the different activities, the flood.
Yeah.
You know, that was a whole different ball game. And you, as a newscaster, as someone who does some follow up on these stories, it's nice to have you here, and it's great to be able to point out to you
Yes.
how strong the community of Porterville is with their supporting their kids, supporting the community.
100%.
You know, and as we've said, you know, we're not going to paint the picture that Porterville is perfect. It's not. It's a community, but there's so much good going on,
Yes.
so much positive that, you know, we have opportunities for these young people. And do kids still get in trouble? Of course they do. But we've got so many that aren't getting in trouble because they're involved. And
Yes.
that's the spectacular part. That's the hope.
Yeah.
You know? That's really the hope.
And I will say the community is just so amazing because usually when I'm coming down and covering some stories, it's at the hardest part of their life. You know,
Sure.
when I was speaking with the fallen firefighters'
Oh, my.
families, when
Oh, my.
you're down and there's all the flooding, and just the openness of the community to share their stories is amazing and something that I'll always cherish. Porterville really has been welcoming.
And I will say this, and I'm going to compliment you, because when you see that, your story comes out different than if you didn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
You write it differently. You say it differently. You support it differently, and I appreciate that. That is of great, great value, and we appreciate you doing that kind of.
And some of the people I've interviewed become like friends and
sure.
family, and
Yeah. Yeah, you might even be
check
my
in with
friend.
them all
You
the
never
time.
know.
No, we're friends. We're friends now.
Oh,
Brett.
okay.
We're friends.
All right. You're
I'm
stuck,
telling
dude.
you.
Yeah, right. You're stuck, dude. Right. Yeah, I got it. Okay, what do we got here?
I believe that
75.
this is
Dazzling Dynamics.
Yes.
A little bit more of this 10,000 kids on the street thing. I love it.
There's a lot of kids in the community.
Well, and there's a lot of kids carrying a baton or wearing a uniform or
Yes.
you're doing something today, you know. There's even more that are going to the Bandorama, and we will do this Bandorama where they march in, get on the mass band on the field. Jim Kusero will direct the mass band in 3 numbers. The mass band comes off. 4 different bands will do a halftime show. All of this for free. All of this just an entertainment after afternoon of Veterans Day. Kind of a neat deal.
Yes, very neat.
Yep. And the moms in their red shirts. I love it. I love it. All right. Sierra View Medical Center.
It looks like behind them we have the Carl Smith Middle School Tiger Band and Color Guard.
Yeah, they are way back there. Sierra View Medical Center is the hospital here in town. Participation is small but heartfelt, reminding us of our deep pride in the veterans who serve both Sierra View and throughout the community. Their enduring commitment to the ideals of patriotism in the United States is a source of inspiration to us all. I had the very great honor of serving 2 terms on the board of directors on the hospital board. And the gentleman in the far car is Bindu Sagareddy, and who is our chairman of the board. And he's also just happens to be my cardiologist. Liberty Lomelli is over here. Liberty!
Nice enough to have the the tops down.
Yes. And 77.
That's the Tiger Band right
Yep,
there.
that's coming.
I'm so inspired by all of the bands.
How many bands?
Yes,
And-
I did not realize there was that many bands down
No.
here in
and
this
they're
area.
in this part of the county.
Yes.
Out to Woodville, Strathmore, all of this area. And, how wonderful is it that we have a band director
Yep.
who gets hired by the school to teach band. They work hard enough with them. They get parents. They get money from the school. They do whatever they
Yeah,
gotta
probably
do.
a lot of volunteers too.
Well,
Yes.
And you can't put this group of ladies on the street without somebody paying for those banners, or their uniforms, the instruments. Yeah, they rent them too. But a lot of these kids own their instruments, and there's a group of band uniforms here. Looks like maybe they might have just bought black pants. But, there's a way to put them on the street, and they get the opportunity to march and play in the Veterans Day Parade.
Yes.
Do I keep sneaking away? Yes. I keep my mic keeps sneaking away. I can't hear it. That's the problem. If I could hear it, I would know. I can't hear it. Okay, where we got?
I think we
United
got-
Filipino
yes.
Americans. Here we go. Senior Princess Trophy. All right. American Filipino Americans settled in Poplar in the mid-1960s. Most of them are gone, but they continue the legacy. This is Judy Bello, the current president for the past 8 years. And last year of service, she's honored to serve the community, president of the United Filipino Americans. All right. And
Love it. They have some flags in their hands saying thank you. Thank you for your service.
yeah.
And
No,
just a reminder, the theme of the parade this year is the unsung heroes.
right.
All
Yeah,
the people behind the scenes saluting them, and
the women who served
Yes.
that were basically unsung in so many ways. Having been an old Airedale, I was fascinated by there were women who ferried aircraft from the United States to Europe, and they flew them across. They weren't letting them fly in combat, but they ferried them. And this is still Filipino Americans, I believe. I think it is. Yes, it is. Okay. Now, we had Summit Charter earlier. This is the Intermediate Academy Marching Band.
oh wow, okay.
So here's another band.
I know.
All of these requiring uniforms, practice, band directors, time.
Lots of practice. Lots
Lots
of
of
practice.
And I think if you will notice, most of these bands have a pretty decent sound. Some of them are a little young and they're a little green and maybe not as good as you might like. But they're learning.
Yes.
They're learning, for Pete's sake, and they're doing amazingly well. The girls just about ended up catching each other's batons there the hard way. All right. Summit Charter Intermediate. Marching Bears. Here we go. Stephen Smith is the director right here in front of us.
I will say, too, performing in a parade or even like when I was in theater, it teaches you so many valuable lessons later on. You're able to public speak. You're able to have that confidence that you learn doing stuff like this.
Well, and you're out doing something, and very often as you are doing it, you will receive a hand, an applause. You know, there's something very interesting that is learned
Yes.
from knowing that what you did was applause worthy, for lack of a
No,
better term.
it's true, and it also teaches you problem solving too.
Yeah.
If something does go wrong, you
Yep.
keep it moving. But and like I said, it's like learning a different language. I could not do it, so I applaud all
Yeah,
of these
right.
young
Well-
kids and high school students that are out here and performing so well today.
Well, and you talked about being a on-stage performer. That's also something that I've done many years
Really?
ago. Oh, yeah. And I will never, ever forget the day during the play I went up on lines. And I don't mean I blanked. And fortunately, there was one of the other guys in the play, looked over and he looked at my eyes. And my eyes, you can just imagine how panicked I was. And he asked me 2 or 3 questions and got me back on. Woo. Okay,
Oh,
Cal
here's
Fire.
Cal
Here
Fire.
we go.
Cal
Cal Fire is
Fire.
with us. Here is the, now this is called a bus. It's a crew unit. The idea being that firefighters get in there, they go to fires, they drive them to fires, and these guys out here are all Cal Fire
handing out
employees.
stickers.
And they get to ride home in that.
They do a lot of work, I'll tell
Oh,
you. I went up and covered the complex fire around here.
Oh yes,
And I
I
covered
was on that fire. I was
the
on it,
creek
right.
fire too.
Yep.
And wow, the amount of work that they do is truly incredible.
Oh yeah. Now this is called a low boy, and this is 4143 is the Porterville bulldozer, and they are stationed right at Porterville State Hospital or the developmental center, right in front of that, and these are those are you don't have to be crazy, but it sure helps because they put those in positions that are just amazing. This would be Farmersville High School Aztec Band, directed by Steve McIntosh.
Now, how long is the parade route?
Well, it would be Morton to basically south of Owls down to Orange Street, so probably a good solid half mile. Not that terribly long, but you know, if you're 7 and carrying a baton for the first time, it's a long walk.
Yes.
Okay, all right, back and top. Nuestro Pride, finest car club, Porterville and Friends. You bet. Nuestro Pride.
Now it's amazing. Some of these carves, they go back and forth,
Yes.
side to side. It's really incredible. Little girl in the front seat of one of them,
Yep.
smiling, laughing.
Yep. Mom and Dad in the car, taking the girl. Even the mirror is gold plated. You can't see it till it comes out behind your monitor there. The mirror is.
Well, look at this truck back here. Wow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, when you're in that truck, it must feel kind of crazy because you got to be moving all over the place.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, me. Well, let's see here. We've still got
Whoa.
Nuestro Pride.
Bouncing.
Bouncing hop. Yeah, there you go.
They're going to get me dancing here pretty
There
soon.
you go.
On this Veterans Day.
Yeah, right. Oh, my. Let's see. What do we got next? We're still with Nuestro Pride. All right.
What's your favorite part about the parade each year?
Oh, I'm totally biased. Band. Of course, I'm a little prejudiced, you know. But no, we have three of the most amazing high school bands, and the band directors there's about a half a dozen band directors who went through Porterville High School under Buck Schaefer, and who was my band director, and have learned to become band directors and are passing it on.
Wow.
So some of these bands that we saw were directed by former Panther band. That's pretty darn cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah, yeah. Giovanni's Pizzeria just went by. We don't want to forget them. U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. This is the bunch that maintains basically the dam, Success Dam, Success Lake. Jackass Mail Run, and their ex-Wagon Master veterans. Jackass Mail Run is a reenactment of a actual mail run from Porterville to Springville many, many years ago on little jazz honkies.
I think at 88 we got the American Association University Women.
Oh, there we go. I couldn't find it for a little bit. I'm looking at the band. It's not there. Okay. We got to remember we have unsung heroes, the military mothers. Boy, is that the truth.
Yes.
Oh, my, yes. The unsung heroes. The ladies who stayed home. Oh, my. AAUW. American Association of University Women.
And behind them we got the Porterville Developmental Center.
Yep. And that Fire Academy is on the grounds with the Porterville Developmental Center and using some of the unused buildings and facilities. Quite an employer here in Porterville.
Yes.
And
it's a cool. Is that a trailer?
Yes.
That's neat.
Yeah. That I'm sure is used for around the grounds and taking rides. Yep.
Compassionate Care Home Health Hospice in Home is next.
Yeah. Hospice care is such a tremendous asset. When the time comes, it's you know, the caring, the loving, the helping the family to get through this time of losing a loved one.
Yeah.
You know.
And a lot that they have to go through with families at
No, absolutely.
one of the toughest times.
Oh, it is. It is.
Okay, we got the squeaky squeegee.
Squeaky squeegee. I remember seeing that. Inexpensive exterior cleaning. What a deal. Solar panel cleaning, gutter cleaning, window washing, gutter guard. Call today and get your house looking like new again. All right. And
It says
93.
93, yeah.
Cliff Wiggins. Got a military 5-ton truck.
When you see the military vehicles,
Yeah.
they are so much larger than what
Oh,
you
yeah.
see at home. I mean,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And this is the fully believing First Baptist Church of Springville. And I know a lady who has grandchildren in this bunch. So she was telling me about that. She said, oh, yeah, our kids are going to be in a parade. So, all right. Eclampus Vitus Historical Preservation Group. And they have a great time preserving and putting out plaques commemorating a variety of different events, and of course they have a little fun doing it in
Yes.
the meantime. So
yes. I believe that's the last one, too.
it should be. I believe it's the screeching end. And we don't want to forget to thank the city of Porterville
Yes.
for being a supporter, Myers Funeral Home for being a financial supporter, and Seton Farms Pistachios. Those three groups have been entirely responsible for us being able to be on the air, for you to watch, and for you to listen. We sincerely hope that you have enjoyed this,
have
and it
enjoyed
has
it,
been
Brent.
my pleasure working with you. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Brent Gill, here with me. Thanks for walking us through the parade. You knew everything about Porterville and the 105th Veterans Parade, so do appreciate it. And thank you for your service.
Thank you very much. I'm honored to have been.
For everybody that is watching this at home at 8 p.m. on CBS 47, we will rerun the parade. So if you did not catch something today, don't worry. You can catch it again on our website, yourcentralvalley.com, or on that 8 p.m. broadcast. We will also have a Veterans Valley special that will be airing right after the parade tonight. We hope you had a great time being with us today.
This has been the 2023 Porterville Veterans Parade, presented by CBS 47, honoring our Valley veterans for their patriotism, service, and sacrifice.